Welcome to this week's video tutorial. Today I would like to show you how you can create a gradient for your report background and activate drop shadows for your components. These are just two small examples of the vast possibilities you have when designing InstantAtlas reports. I will show you how this works using this example report that you can see on the screen in front of you. I already changed the design slightly from the default by using a different color palette for my legend and applying a dark blue border to my components and buttons. To give the report a little bit of a 3D feel, I will now add a drop shadow to my components. To do this, I need to open the default CSS file in the InstantAtlas style editor. On the left-hand side, I see the list of all the available style classes. The class panel defines the styles of all the panels in the report. In here I have the option to set the property drop shadow enabled to true. I can also select a different shadow color, for example a dark blue. The shadow will always be a lighter version of this color. The property shadow direction allows me to define from where the light will come. I quite like the light to come from the top left, which means I need to set my shadow direction to right. If I now save my changes and refresh my report, I can see the shadows on the panels. As a second step, I would like to generate a gradient in the report background. I can define a gradient in the style class application under the property background gradient colors. I will choose a very light blue as my first color and the dark blue as my second color. If I save these changes now and refresh my report, you can see that the gradient only appears at the very edge of the report, and the big rectangle where all the components sit in overlays it. To fix this, I can make the rectangle filling transparent. I do this in the style class background rect, using the property background alpha. This needs to be set to 0 to be fully transparent. I will also let the border of the rectangle disappear by changing the border thickness to 0. I save my changes again and refresh the report. I can now see the background gradient fully behind my components. As you can see, it is fairly easy to change the design of your report drastically by adding a gradient or to make your components stand out with drop shadows. Try it yourself. If you have any questions, please contact support@geowise.co.uk.